I'd like to bring on Michael Khoury to discuss this, open source intelligence investigator. Michael, thanks so much for being with us today. It's great to have you.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be on. Pretty deep subject.
Yeah, it's very scary to know that this is actually true. Are you at all surprised to hear that Instagram's algorithms are catering to child predators and pedophiles? I mean, I know people like me and you, I'm sure have been talking about this for years now, but it's actually being revealed by the Wall Street Journal. What's your immediate thought here?
So for me, no surprise at all. But I would say absolutely a good thing that the information is getting out there because this has been going on for far too long. And it happens by circumventing, internet, the lack of internet oversight and cybercrime regulations. So it's definitely great that it's being brought out to the forefront, but I think it'll be very painful for a lot of the victims.
Yeah, it's very sad, but good nonetheless that the truth is coming out. It just is upsetting because people like you and I were called, conspiracy theorists for trying to expose this. And I just think it's interesting that now the Wall Street Journal is actually coming forward with this. Why do you think after all of their efforts on the left to paint us as these insane lunatics that they are finally revealing the truth?
I think, unfortunately, as sad as it's going to sound, the only reason they're doing this is because it's what's going to meet their corporate interests. So if it's what meets the corporate agenda and it's what makes them dollars, that's what they're going to do. So, and a lot of what I think is going to play out here in the next 12 to 18 months, it's going to be incumbent on the people to push back and continue to fight. Because this is that tipping point where you make force corporations really to see the light. Because I don't want to run too long, but on the internet it's a corporate jurisdiction. So you agree to terms of service when you go on to different websites. So when Meta or Instagram or any of these websites want to sit there and tell you that there's rules and restrictions and they're going to clamp down on this, they're lying. Because it's a corporate jurisdiction. And so just so long as what they're doing is making a profit, they're allowed to continue doing it. And that's probably the sickest part.
Yeah, absolutely. Very interesting. Do you think anything will actually result from all of this? Will Meta make any changes as they are saying they will? I mean, reports say the EU is demanding answers. Why isn't the U.S. doing anything here?
Because the U.S. is complicit. And so when that happens to be the case and you see who the, pedophile in chief is, you start to realize this is probably, a game of our country being pretty captured. And our courts obviously don't operate by the Constitution whatsoever, as you've seen with Jake Angeli and several other January 6ers. The right to a speedy trial, gone. Any sort of precedent or following Article 3 constitutional precedent it's optional, right? And so that's not how it's supposed to be in this country. But that's because a lot of what we think is government is actually private, and these public-private partnerships are destroying the bedrock of our nation.
Yeah, they absolutely are. Now, in other news, the U.S. Surgeon General is warning of the detrimental effects of social media and how that can affect the youth. I think we have a clip from him that I want to play. Let's roll that, and then we'll come back for your comment.
But the key point is that the data also shows when kids are spending more than 3 hours on average, that they face nearly double the risk, increased risk of depression and anxiety symptoms. That's really profound.
So again, I must say I'm actually surprised to see the government doing the right thing again.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.